Hey everyone, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are working on the Forest of Valor in Disney Dreamlight Valley. My overall goal for today's video is basically just to decorate it and make it very aesthetic looking and place some of my villager homes. I do want to start off with the video saying that my plaza and peaceful meadow is still not decorated yet. I have no idea what I'm doing, mostly because I'm still waiting for more items to appear in my shop, which honestly I've not gotten anything good, just a ton of repeats, and I still have a lot of items that I'm hoping to get that I've been seeing a lot of you use on social media. So hopefully I will finally get some of those good items, like this hedge design that I've been seeing. I need that item so bad, so I'm patiently waiting for that because I think I'm going to be using that quite a bit in the peaceful meadow. Anyways, today in the forest, we're going to be doing a color palette of blue, purple, and white. I just think those are so beautiful for elegant themes. So that is going to be the color palette that I've decided to use. We are going to be making use of a ton of different flowers that just spawn all over your map. So if you've been throwing or selling these flowers away and you're planning to decorate, start hoarding them now. I have literally 3 chests dedicated to just flowers that I plan to use to decorate. Decorating with these flowers will not affect also the spawn rate of them. So I wanted to go ahead and let y'all know that you will still get flowers popping up in each biome. Next, as we get started on today's build, I just wanted to add this important piece of information. If you're new to my channel, first of all, welcome. I see that we've gained so many subs over the last week. Like, y'all are so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're not a subscriber, I really do hope you decide to stick around. On my channel, you will find mostly a ton of cozy gaming, and I'm also a huge Pokemon fan, so you're gonna see Pokemon content on there. So that's kind of like what my channel mainly focuses on. So if you're into that type of content, I really do hope to see you on my future live streams and channel in general. Speaking of live streams, I have been such a slacker the last 2 weeks. I am so sorry. Life has been so busy for me. Like, it has just been crazy, and I'm hoping that I can finally get a couple of live streams in this week. So make sure your notifications are turned on. We'll probably be streaming Disney Dreamlight and Animal Crossing this week. I have a new island that I really want to start. I'm also thinking about starting on Animal Crossing a new forever island. Never plan to delete it, and I want to do my museum and houses, all that good stuff. So I'm going to be starting that forever island most likely this week, and I'll probably do a video on it. I think it's going to be a cherry blossom city, mostly because those are my favorite things to build on Animal Crossing. So I felt like that was the perfect theme for me. But I have some other themes that I've never done before too. I'll be prepping to start as well. It's just waiting for that inspiration to happen. But I feel like this Forever Island is going to get me playing the game again, and that obviously is very important because I know so many of you play Animal Crossing as well. Anyways, just stay tuned for that content. It is coming and returning. But back to Disney Dreamlight Valley. If you have not gotten this game yet, I highly recommend it. This game is honestly the reason why I want to play Animal Crossing again. It has reminded me a lot of qualities about Animal Crossing that I appreciate that the game doesn't offer, but it also has a lot of abilities that I wish Animal Crossing did have. So it's very hard to compare both of these games together. They're very similar, but they're also very different. But if you are a fan of how Stardew Valley plays, how Animal Crossing plays, how even The Sims plays, you will probably love Disney Dreamlight Valley. Also, being a Disney fan, that also helps as well, but I've heard people who aren't even Disney fans are in love with this game. So anyways, I really do recommend it. Lots of updates are planned. They are really listening to the community, and as a fellow content creator, seeing a gaming company actually listen to their fan base and deliver, that means a lot to me because obviously Nintendo never does that. And this community has already been so fun and so welcoming, so I highly recommend it. I will be definitely streaming and building a ton on Disney Dreamlight Valley. Anyways, on to today's video. I just want to say, obviously, I have not been able to decorate the whole entire forest. Realistically, that is going to be impossible to do everything in one video. Today's video took me several hours to do. I actually had to redo this video 3 times. Y'all, 3 times. I was planning to post this video in the build in general in the peaceful meadow, and then I out of nowhere started having some technical difficulties. Like, for some reason my recordings were very pixelated, just like out of nowhere. Like, I've never had that issue before. Anyways, after hours of trying to figure out what the issue was, we finally solved it, and now I'm rebuilding it for the 4th time. As overwhelming as the last 4 days were and having to rebuild this several times only to find out my footage was messed up for some reason, I'm kind of glad I'm rebuilding it because I feel like this color palette is much more prettier and I feel like it just makes more sense in the forest regardless. So I guess it ended up working out. I'm trying to find the positives of this. I will definitely be making a part 2 since I won't be able to get all the decorating done in today's video. Originally, I was going to do like this giant villager neighborhood in my peaceful meadow, but then I realized I have a lot of other areas I need to decorate. So I think the forest is going to focus mainly on a cottage kind of feel, and then I might do like a mini blue and white flower field with like a sitting area, and then I think my peaceful meadow is going to be where all my farms and more structured builds will be. I also want to let you know, if you are somebody who is struggling with making curved paths like we are working with today, I do have a tutorial on how to do it. You'll be able to find that linked in the video's description and also attached at the end of this video. I also want to address some comments that I have been getting on my Disney Dreamlight videos. Many of you are saying that you are struggling with decorating on this game, and I just want to say that I've been messing with the mechanics for a while now and for many hours of the day. Just take your time. The controls are very different from what a lot of us are used to. They're very difficult to learn. In general, it just takes a ton of practice to get used with them. I'm still trying to get used to them. There are times where I forget that I can do certain things because I'm just used to how Animal Crossing plays. So just know that I am still struggling with it as well, and it just takes a lot of time to adjust with. Also, if you have not even started decorating like this, don't feel obligated and pressured to do it. Just like Animal Crossing, I'm planning to build aesthetically in this game, and I'm definitely going to be playing it in a way that a lot of people don't. So if you don't want to decorate this, you are definitely not obligated to. I just really like making my worlds as aesthetic as possible. It just helps me enjoy my gaming experience personally. If you plan to follow and recreate today's video and the part 2 that I'm planning to also release, I am going to make sure that this whole entire build will not affect the mining deposits. I'll make sure that there's transitions to basically every part of the game that you need to reach and gather materials that spawn on your map. Of course, as we get updates and more items and all the other changes that the devs of the game plan to add, I will probably change my layout a bajillion times, but I want something pretty solid and nice to look at until then. And of course, just have some sort of organization because my buildings and everything is basically just everywhere and it looks absolutely awful. So I'm wanting some organization in my life. Anyways, I just hope that this whole entire video will bring you some inspiration. Make sure you have your notifications turned on because there again will be a part 2 since I wasn't able to do everything in today's video. Like I say in every video that I create, especially when it comes to building like we're seeing today, there will be a ton of transitions throughout my videos. My builds can take up to 5 hours to make because I change my mind constantly on how I want my layout and decorations to be. So all these transitions are me removing nonsense of me deleting items or removing things because I ended up changing the layout. I want to make sure that y'all always see the next step in videos like this instead of me just changing my mind in the middle of it, especially if you're trying to recreate it. Now, I do have a couple of tips you can do if you need some slower content. Of course, you can pause this video as needed. You can also go into the video settings on YouTube and actually slow down the footage. Just make sure you mute this audio because it'll be very distorted. I know a lot of people refer back to my tutorials, and I always suggest doing this, especially if you just need a slower paced video, because realistically, I could not post a 5-hour unedited video. That would just not be a fun or great idea, especially with me just sitting there and pausing for great periods of the time, because sometimes I have no idea what I'm going to be doing next. Like I say, I edit all the nonsense out so y'all can get some quick inspiration to progress whatever game we may be playing and decorating on. Alright, so now we're going to do a final walkthrough of just how everything ended up looking throughout this build. I ended up changing some things and trying to make the flow a little bit easier to just decorate with in general. I'm really happy with how Goofy's house turned out, but then I started to run out of items for Mickey's house, and I also think I'm probably just going to relocate Mickey's house in general, but I did really love this transition where the stump is. Very happy with just how this ended up looking in general because of course I can fish here and it's functional, but Mickey's house has absolutely no decor since I need to order more, and I already ordered a ton of items today, so I'm at my max limit and I need to go get some more materials to craft things just in general. So stay tuned for the part 2 of this video. Let me know if you plan to recreate it on your map and some ideas for the forest in general you hope to see. With that being said, thank y'all so much for your support and for watching, and I'll see you next video. Have a horrible day.